Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Momo. I'm your girl Momo. I do DIYs, upcycles and sewing projects, and today we are going to be replacing the waistband on a pair of trousers. I've had these fabulous summer trousers in my closet for a few seasons, but this year I can barely get in them. Problem is that the waistband doesn't have enough stretch and it's very snug over my hips. Luckily, there's a large fold of fabric in the front that I can let out to fit my new fluffy dimensions. I cannot rescue the waistband, so I'm gonna have to replace it to make the trousers bigger. Before I found the stripy fabric, I was thinking I could just go with a plain base color. I went around a few local fabric stores and bought a yard of the striped fabric that matches the stripes on these pants. The color is a bit off, but I think I can live with it. So let's get right into it. So excited to be sharing this with you. First off, I'm going to unpick the belt loops and pin the front pleats in place with pins. Then I'm going to cut the waistband off and unpick it to take out the elastic. The length of the elastic is usable, it's just that the waistband itself was cut narrow to my waist. So I'm going to rescue this elastic and reuse it in the new waistband. To adjust the width of the pants, I measured across the fullest part of my hips and let out the pleats about an inch more than this measurement. I securely pinned the new location of the front pleats and will now cut the new waistband. So the original waistband has this flat front panel, which I'm going to measure and cut exactly to replicate in my new band. Next, I need a back piece. For this, I'm using the new adjusted width of the trouser as my guide. Keeping the front panel aligned with the center front, I'm going to measure out how much fabric I need to make up the rest of the band. For the front panel, I'm going to cut out fusible interfacing exactly to match its size. I'm going to fuse the interfacing by ironing it and then fold it over to form the shape of the front waistband panel. Now I will attach the two panels together and form a loop. I think it's a good idea to close the front pleats on the trousers so that they don't move around when I sew the waistband on. I'm going to cut out tiny notches on the waistband so the centers match up perfectly with the trousers. I'm going to pin the waistband to the trousers and sew the two pieces together with a straight stitch. This is what it looks like so far. I think it needs to be ironed. Before I do, let me attach one side of the elastic on the inner seam. Idea is that I will close the waistband halfway, pull the elastic through, secure it to the other side, and then close the final stretch of the waistband. I hope that makes sense. Let me just show you how. So I folded over the waistband and ironed it nice and neat with some steam so it stays crisp. The seam allowance is being folded inside towards the waistband, just keep that in mind. I'm going to work my way around the waistband, ironing the stitch seam inwards as I go, folding the waistband panel on top. I'm going to push the seam allowance on the panel inside with my fingers, iron to make it neat, and use pins to hold it in place. I'm going to top stitch the front panel first. Then flip the waistband over and I will work it from the back. With my fingers, I am folding the seam allowance and stitching over. I'm going to close the waistband and pull the free edge of the elastic as I work. When I reach the end, I'm going to start about 5-6 inches and pull the elastic all the way through. At this time, I'm going to stitch the elastic to the waist side seam. Then I will close the gap I left in the waistband. Next, I'm going to flip over and do some stay stitches to further strengthen the elastic. I'm going to pull the waistband and the elastic at the same time and do a running stitch in the middle of the band. This will ensure an even distribution of fabric in the back. The waistband is now complete. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Here's the final reveal.
They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.